Hey. Oh God, what happened to my throat then? Oh, let me get my own screen before the music starts over there. Oh, it did start. Oh. Hello. Welcome back. This is the fourth and most likely the final stream of this week. This week we'll be obviously alive again at some point. It'll be May, most likely. Can't believe we're already in May. But we're ever closer to GTA 6, aren't we? Well, we'll see, but it's looking like November now, isn't it? I mean, they'll be silly if they delay it again. And I would just like to say straight off the bat, I might be off and on live streams and any kind of content come the end of November, so like most people. So yeah, you might not see me much going into Christmas. Sorry about that. It's just the way it is. I'm a big Rockstar fan. Anything that they give me is gonna mean that I'm gonna be on some kind of screen for a while. Anyway, I'm a bit nervous. The reason why I'm a bit nervous is because this full flight, well, it's going to go out anyway. It'll go out regardless of what happens on it. The other reason why I'm nervous is because Sim Update 5 decided to drop just about an hour ago or so. So this is going to also kind of give you guys a good look at Sim Update 5 as we go. Couple of things already. One thing, when you are in the aircraft selection and you want to choose a livery and you press configuration, my mouse doesn't work on that. You can press everything else, but you can't click your mouse on configuration. It doesn't work for some reason. It might require some kind of restart, but for me, that's what I've noticed straight off the bat. Doesn't sound big. I'm sure they'll fix it. The only way I could change the livery was to press F, which is the key binding on PC for configuration. The second one is, and I'll show you straight away, really. Just before we do start, I do want to again give a shout out to Lee. Just there's a virtual flight sim guy, virtual airline pilot. His website link is YouTube description, and link is in the stream description, guys. Please go and give him a subscribe. I would like to pass on my wishes to Lee. Unfortunately, he did end up in hospital this week. He has already put a little bit of a post out to say he had a heart attack, so I am sending all his best. Please make sure you also do the same by obviously subscribing to his channel, but also going to the post in his channel and just sending your best. Fantastic guy. We're doing a bit of cross promotion, but I'll continue to give him shout outs and stuff like that because again, man after my own heart, and it does a lot of content. Right, okay, let's get down to business, and this might turn into a full flight there and back. I'll see. I think this is about is it about a 1 hour flight, maybe a bit more. We'll see what the time is, and we'll get up. So we'll try and keep the intro as brief as possible. This flight is from Orlando, which you can see now. I haven't got any live traffic on or anything. I just want to try and keep things as simple as possible. I have had a little go of a flight. I think it was up to Glasgow, and I think I used Beyond ATC to kind of vector me in and have it on there and things. So it went well. It was okay. So that was my first kind of little play around with some kind of ATC, and also having traffic to obviously taxi out with and avoid and stuff like that. So it was pretty interesting. Went well. I really enjoyed it. But for this one, I don't want any more stress than actually live streaming and also doing a full flight for you guys, and hope it goes well. Was trying to practice my landings earlier on. It was good and bad. So we're in Orlando, as I say. We're taking off. We'll be taking off on, where are we? Let me just have a little check. We'll be departing on runway 35 left, which will take us north out of the airport. It'll then send us left and all the way around to the south to then head east over the over the ocean towards Nassau, and I've put it on. I've decided to change things up. I have been using, I think, runway 14 for arrival. I am going to use runway 32. That will mean the aircraft is orientated back north, meaning that we should get a nice look at the island. We should also get a nice approach over the lovely, well, hopefully the water masking in that area is good. I think it is, but it should give us a nice approach over the nice clear waters of Nassau, straight into the airport. The airport is from Sierra Sim. Obviously, Orlando here is a default airport. The Nassau airport, I think you pronounce it Lynden Pindling International. That is a Sierra Sim scenery that is provided by the absolutely fantastic good friends of the channel Sim Market. So big thank you to those guys. So we'll be heading over to Nassau in just a bit. Avison, Kev, good to see you, mate. Thank you for joining me on what promises to be a very eventful flight. Let's get into this now. Also, I just want to show you the other thing that I don't like about Sim Updates is the new menus. So basically, before you just drop these menus down, you can still do that for some, but global rendering, like your graphics, if you want to change them, you don't just drop it down and change them. You click on them and it opens another menu, and then you have to go back and apply them and save them. Don't really like that, if I'm going to be totally honest. I don't think many people will. So obviously, again, if you don't drop things down anymore. If you want to change your anti-aliasing, you've got to go in there. I've been having a little look at DLSS recently, just because, you know what, on the scenery I've noticed it does make a huge difference. So you look at like fences and antennas and, you know, small, you know, sort of vertical lines and horizontal lines, they appear a lot better with this. But again, I'm going to use it anyway. Let's get into it, guys. We're using the retro JetBlue livery. This is the IAE variant with the winglets, the wing fairings, not the sharklets, but the lovely retro livery. Absolutely. Do you know what? Some of the American carriers have got fantastic retro liveries. So let's get ourselves dived in. I haven't done any setup yet. I thought that was a bad start. So I've done any setup yet? Absolutely nothing. So you'll be with me for the full thing. Andrew, good to see you. Thank you for coming in this evening and watching me absolutely bugger up things. Hi, mate. Do you happen to be on multiplayer? I'll hop next to you if you are. I'm not, mate. I mean, I can be if you want. I'll have to come out the flight, I think. I mean, you can do. I'm going to Mike Yankee November, runway 32, taking off from runway. We're heading into runway 32 at Nassau. I'm going to be out of runway 35 left here, so bit of a taxi all the way down. Let me just see. I installed. This was a touchdown effects, the touchdown score. I also wanted to show flight control spotter, the newest update, which I've heard massively good things about, but I can't seem to get it installed properly. So we'll dedicate another live stream for that. Hello from Louisiana, home of the Derby this weekend. Nice, Chris. Thank you for coming in. Hello. Yeah, I mean, I can do the only thing about Orlando as well is that for JetBlue they go from the new terminal, I believe, which is where am I here? The new terminal is here, and it obviously hasn't been included. So this is why if you use AI traffic or anything like that, you'll see planes randomly sort of taxiing over this way, and you're like, what the hell's going on? This is a new terminal at Orlando, and this is where JetBlue go from. It's not in the sim unless there's a third party that have done it. Southeast Asia, Alex, if you're still there, mate. Southeast Asia, and I'll Stick it on AI experimental. Ooh, what's that? Southwest Max or JetBlue Airbus. If Southwest go to Nassau, I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? But I'm pretty sure they do. Southwest Max will be nice. I try and do it in the iFly if you can, mate, because I've obviously got the iFly. I might not have the livery, but I might, you know, it might just be better. No, I do need to change these aircraft. Do have to change these, don't I? Taxi to Gate or to Orlando has a new terminal to use in FS. Gate 2, I don't know, Chris, because as I say, that there is a new terminal at Orlando which JetBlue use, but it's not there in the sim, or at least it's not there in the default. It should be around here. This is where the new terminal is, where flight radar shows me that JetBlue taxi out of. Let's just have a little look. Yeah, there's a massive new there's a whole new apron. Massive all the way down here. It doesn't exist. Chris, you seen any issues? As I say, mate, if I can show you guys it now, actually, you can, like, if I want to change the liveries for any of the planes, I can't press config with my mouse. It won't let me, but if I click F, like it's asking me to, it will work. But if I click it with the mouse, it won't. So that's one issue straight off the bat. Again, I don't like the new menus either. So if anyone's watching, obviously now you have to click on the actual things. It's not a drop-down menu. It's a whole new page you then need to go into. Same as anti-aliasing. It opens up a new thing. Don't really like that. I prefer the drop-down menus. Alex, where are you, mate? I hope it's working. All players is on. I'll set it to about midday. Around 11:30. I think it's like 12:30 that this particular flight goes out of. So this is based on a real flight over to Nassau. Oh my god, not more submenus, yeah, I'm telling you. Just updating the game, forgot to do it before. Oh, okay, mate. Well, I'll get started, mate. Obviously, I'm on this lower gate 7. I guess JetBlue used to go from around here, maybe, but I'm not taxiing all the way from there. There's absolutely no chance. For the sake of the live stream, I'm just gonna pop it on gate 71. So, Alex, if you're on gate 73, that'll be good. Don't know why that's gone back to there like that. Right, guys, let's get in so we can get this flight started. Notice that this before loaded in really, really quickly. Like right now, it's taking a bit of time. But I know the Fenix software needs to kick in. But before, it was loaded in with the Fenix software already trying to catch up. So, as I say, this live stream wasn't originally anything to do with Sim Update, but the fact that it's ready, I've downloaded it, and we might as well. Do you know what I mean? That's another little thing that I've never noticed. That kind of, yeah, that thing that wasn't used to be a thing where it kind of showed you outside and then popped back in. Right, guys, let's get everything started. I was originally pressing the external power and then the batteries. Apparently, you click the batteries first. I don't know if it's there's a right or wrong answer with this, but I'm just gonna click the batteries on. It seems to work either way, and then the external battery. it is also good to know that I have been taught the procedure, the SOP for EasyJet. So what you're seeing right now won't be what Jet2 do. JetBlue, sorry, do. So again, if you're seeing things that are different and not out of place, then yeah, it's because I'm still learning. I'm still getting used to things. Let's get all the lights on. Again, still not particularly sure when the strobes can go on. They can go on to auto. I'll just flick them onto auto anyway. Again, the IR, the IRS, the nav knobs. Yeah, don't be childish. The nav dials. I have been shown just to do this in a line. I've seen others do left, right, and center. I've seen someone do the center first. I'm not sure. We are using the wing control Ursa Minor airline joystick. Absolutely love the fact that I've been able to use this a lot more since I got it last year. I'm also using the wing control EFIS and FCU. Again, a lot more sort of used to using you'll see me still doing it. Basically what I tend to do is have this whole setup here on my actual desk in front of me, but I still press the virtual buttons. So yeah, you'll see me doing that and be wondering why the hell aren't you using the actual hardware. It's because I'm just still used to pressing the virtual buttons. Let's get that changed over to hectopascals or whatever they call it. I don't know what they call it. Let's get the flight in there. Strobes auto or on once on radar on runway. Yeah, I am to align. Yeah, perfect. When you get changed, okay, sim market and find from taxi to gate and the screenshot show. Okay, so there is a third party one with the newest terminal. That's good. That's good. Strobes being set to auto will ensure that there is no weight on wheels. Then the strobes will begin to flash. It's a fail-safe in case pilots forget to turn them on when they're into the runway. Okay, cheers, fly with Cam. I appreciate it. Also, guys, please go and subscribe to Fly with Cam if you can, if you like. It would mean a lot if you can go and press it. Sorry, 1 is left, 2 is right, and then 3 is center, hence why the 1, 2, 1, 3, 2 on the panel. Makes sense. But again, I've seen it so many different ways. Someone did it on a live stream the other week with the center first. I don't know if it's a particular thing. It makes a difference to the aircraft. But yeah, I'm still, listen guys, I'm still learning and I'm getting used to it. I should have some setups on my screen here, so let's we've got 117.9. All this data is actually from SimBrief from that particular flight. This flight was from the 27th of April at around the same time, so bit of authenticity is nice. Let's again, I'm gonna at some point start doing things manually. Right now the Fenix EFB is very nice, very automated. It really helps the beginners learn the aircraft because everything can be sent to the MCDU. I can actually input this data myself. It takes me a bit longer than it would, but for now we'll set it to fast time, 9 minutes. That will kind of take us just past when the IRS aligns, so we'll do that and then we'll send the data over to the MCDU. I will be using, hopefully Chase Plane's gonna work. It seems to be working on these button presses on the Stream Deck, but again, I noticed that Chase Plane did release a update at about 20 to 7 to apparently work with Sim Update 5, which was quite interesting. I did download that. It is installed. Oh, hang on. Is it installed yet? It's there. Yeah, there's some things in there that it's talking about. Okay. I am going to be using chase plane as we fly, only when we're up at cruise, up at altitude, because I don't want to be pressing the stream deck too much. I've noticed that the key bindings are still messing things up. It'll usually knock autopilot off, and then the aircraft will just go nuts. Right, let me do the departure performance page. Again, guys, obviously try and be productive in the air, or at least constructive in terms of your feedback in the chat. I mean, it is what it is. I know there's a lot of people who are quite seasoned when it comes to the Fenix and know how to fly the aircraft. Q&H is, or at least Q&H from what we know is in the UK, is 2987, which I can put in obviously on my wind control gear. V1 is 146 knots today. I'm going to send that just to obviously speed the whole process up. What am I going to do here? I'm going to set that to that. I'm going to put it onto flight plan for now, and that's what we'll do now, is the flight plan. More so getting used to going into the ACOG menu, and then just obviously sending this data. You can do the load sheet and everything as well. Hey, just asking for your honest opinion. I've been wanting to buy either A340 from AnyBirds or A350. Should I buy both? For me right now, I had a little go in the A340 because it's not really too dissimilar to what flying the A320 is. Obviously, you will feel the weight, and obviously the aircraft being a lot bigger, you'll start up 4 engines instead of 2. But everything in the cockpit, if you're familiar with the A320, you'd go straight into the A340 and feel comfortable. The A340 is a lot better than the A330 that's included, even though it is still any builds. A340 is nice. I prefer flying that over the A350, but mostly because I haven't got a clue how to fly the A350. I'm sure it just looks just more dazzling in terms of how modern it is, but I'd need to fully get me head around that. I think the A340, from what I've seen, performs a bit better. The A350 has had a lot of updates since its release, though, and that was the last time I even tried to fly it, was near release. So I don't think you can go wrong with either. By the way, you can set up a Volanta with your flight number, etc., if you fancy. I mean, I know, mate. I need to get used to it because it's not putting my destination in or anything, I've noticed. I've got Volanta open just to see everything. Let's carry on, guys. If I don't see your chat messages, guys, please bear with me, because this is a bit different than obviously showing you around an airport. I will be showing you around the Nassau airport when we get there, by the way, as well. Today we are JetBlue 241. JBU 241. The automatic cost index given on SimBrief was 22. Not too sure what JetBlue's is, and we'll be going up to 33,000 feet, flight level 330. Press and add flight plan and paste the route. Oh, right. Ah, nice. Okay. Cheers, mate. That makes sense. That's a lot nicer as well. It looks a bit more... Again, I don't think this is a particular route. Sorry, the route that we're doing today, or at least the runways, arrival and departure runways, I don't think are what they're going to be using right at this time. I've just chose them for today's live stream. Flight plan, this is where I sometimes get stuck at making things work, but we'll try our best. We have also got Alex in the chat. This is one of the Alexes that I talk about quite a lot when I'm flying these Airbuses that have been helping me get things right and get things, understand things. Happy to catch a live stream. How is the new sim update treating you? Mr. Anderson, that was terrible. Don't ever do that again. Mr. Anderson, I just had to, because when you see that, it kind of... Anyway, couple of little things I've noticed already. I don't like the options menus now. The fact that it's got like more pop-up menus and you have to go further into the menu to get to where you want to be compared to the drop-down menus. Performance, can't really tell yet until we start having a little go. How's the airliner training going? Nice to see you flying instead of reviewing stuff. Oh, thank you, mate. I really appreciate it, because honestly, the problem with doing stuff like this is people can get used to seeing me reviewing airports too much, and then that's what the channel's known for. I always, the last year or so, once I started coming back to YouTube, I said to myself, I need to mix things up. I can't just be looking at airports or making cinematics and trailers. I have to do some flying as well. But yeah. It's going well, mate. I am enjoying it. That's all I've been doing, so much so that I really need to get more Airbus stuff. Would like to say as well, guys, I have been speaking to Wing Control recently. They did send me the Ursa Minor joystick that I had and that I have now, and the FCU and the EFIS. They sent me that last year, and we've been talking recently, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll continue to collaborate, and I'll have some more unboxings and then some more flight videos with more wing control gear, because honestly, once you start learning the Airbus, that's all you want is more hardware, and you want to have less and less virtual stuff on your screen. Ideally, you just want to potentially have the windscreen of the plane and everything around you in real life to press and click and whatever. It does honestly get like that. So departure, what did I say? We're on 3-5 left. We are taking the D-Danny 3. D-Danny 3. I love some of these SIDS and waypoint names, by the way. It also tells me that we are doing a transition with JIPod as well, so we'll stick that in. Destination is Mike Yankee November. That's Nassau. Lynden Pindling International. That is one to say. If you've had the few jars, then that will be fantastic airport name to try and pronounce. Hang on, have we got ILS on 3-2? Oh, I don't think we've got ILS on 3-2. I thought we did. Let's change things up. ILS 14. Sorry guys, I'm still not 100% on anything else, so yeah, I am taking the coward's way out. I am, I don't care. Have we got any... it's the same as L. I mean, I guess you'll be fine with VOR approach. I know. Yeah, I'm really hoping for stability and performance. I'm most hopefully about to mention the better multiplayer match modeling and stuff. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, honestly, Alex, I'd really like to do the 3-2 approach because that's what my flight plan is, but RNAV 3-2. You'll have to tell me how I'm gonna do that. It's the same procedure as an RNAV, nothing to stress out about. I mean, but I can't remember much about RNAV though. That's what I'm saying, mate. I can't remember much about RNAV and setting that up for approach. And to be honest with you, I'd rather actually get on the ground than having to go around and mess about, you know. Also, I've noticed it's sending us out a different way. Just don't press the ILS button. Just press the approach button. Is that what you're saying? I mean, if it's that's all, same approach phase and everything. So you just press the approach button still. You don't you just don't press the ILS button. You just press the approach button instead. If that's the case, then we'll have a go at it. I mean, you know, it is what it is. I mean, if I don't get on the ground, I'll circle back and try and do ILS into 14. We can try that. I noticed on the actual flight plan for today, it actually takes you out of 35 left to the north, over Orlando to the left, and then back around. This looks like it's taken us north and then to the right, which is quite interesting. As long as you, as approach phase is active in the, you can press approach in the autopilot as you did in the COS approach with the little green squares instead of the pink diamonds. I'll have a go, mate. I think people would like to see me have a go rather than L32 is a nicer approach as well. So we have got a discontinuity here. This approach would take us do you want to know what, mate? We'll do ILS 14. Let me just keep it to what I know for now. 32's got a nice approach as well. But yeah, ILS 14, I think. Let me. I'll bow out. Sorry, guys. I don't know why it's taken us right over there. Maybe it's just because of the transition. That's what it says on flight rate on SimBrief anyway. I'm gonna take 2 waypoints. Again, guys, I don't know if this is the absolute proper way to do it, but we'll keep Melon in because that's a lovely name for a waypoint. And then get rid of the... I mean, that should be fine. Yeah, we'll shoot with that. We'll see. We'll see. Everything's lined up now, which is fantastic news. We'll keep it to 14, mate, because... Oh, there you are. There he is. Is that you? I always get the resource message when I'm zooming in, I've noticed. Make sure my throttles are down, which they weren't. Let's get the wind shear, predictive wind shear system on. TCAS transponder, all that good stuff, which I'm still... Again, I mean, I think for me, all this section... bar the MCDU in some aspects, this radio panel around the throttles, that is all still very, very foreign to me at the minute. So I think when I'm starting to use proper radios and ATC and stuff, I think that might be a bit better. Aircraft is loaded now, so I'll send the data over. Did I do all this? Did I do it? I think so. Oh. It's actually 2984 now, so we have to change that back. Perfect. Right, okie doke. We're going up to, again, we're not using ATC, we're going up to 33,000. I am going to just put a 10,000 in at the minute. And then we'll continue the climb up to 10,000. All that is done. Let's get the pumps on. Again, pumps, I'm not entirely sure when you're supposed to do that. I think possibly before you start putting the APU on and stuff. Maybe you can do it as soon as you've popped everything else on, but again, I'm sure someone will let me know in the chat. We'll pop the APU on now. Wait a couple of seconds, 5 seconds apparently. Departure runway is 35 left, mate, so it's on our side, but it's all the way down the end. 35 left. Again, APU, another question would be APU on. Can you put the APU bleed on straight away, or do you have to wait until the APU start is green available and then put the APU bleed on? I've done it straight away. Many flights, it doesn't seem to do anything. So again, in the proper aircraft, maybe you have to wait. In the simulation, doesn't look like you have to wait. Yeah, you can, just won't work until APU is actually on. Okay. Okay, so you can put the pumps on, but they won't do anything till the APU's on. Makes sense. I will remember to put the beacon light on as well. Just got a message from Cam there saying that chase plane is broken. Cam, if you're still watching, APU bleed on 2 minutes after the APU start to prevent fumes from entering cabin, what I understand. Yeah, so now would be fine, I think, once it's available, possibly. I know this green light here, the available light, doesn't kick on straight away. It does take a couple of minutes to come on, so... Cam, with that being said, mate, chase plane did get an update at about 20 to 7, if you didn't already know, and it seems to be working for me, at least from what I'm able to do. Seems to be fine. I'm still getting some warnings, so I don't know how much in terms of the performance of the sim is going to be any good. I don't know. We'll see. I only really recently have issues with big airports and landing and taking off. In cruise, it's absolutely fine, very nice indeed. But right, guys, I always go blank on live stream, so you'll have to bear with me. I've also updated GSX as well, so there seems to be more menus inside this now as well. I have done the hot date. I don't know what the hot fix update. I don't know what it's talking about really. GSX choice is AccuFleet apparently. Let's get the GPU off. Oh god, very stuttery. This used to work automatically. It used to take your chocks and your GPU away for you automatically. I don't know if it was GSX or anything. It probably was, but this Fenix stuff used to automatically get taken off when you were at this stage, but now you have to do it, or it just it starts beeping at you, telling you that you can't. Sim update came out today, mate. Yeah, sim update came out about an hour ago. That's why kind of the name, the title of the live stream and the thumbnail changed a slight bit, just to say, you know, kind of sim update 5 first impressions, because yeah. So it means like everyone now is able to experience the PlayStation VR 2's VR mode now. Gonna stick the strobes on again. Strobes are when you're getting pushed back an engine start, I believe, so you know, no better time to do that really, is there? Very stuttery there. We'll see how I go. We'll see how I go. I am getting sent a tiller. I should have my tiller, my actual physical tiller, with me tomorrow, so that'll be getting clamped to my little side table that I've got the joystick on. Should be pretty cool. We are going to go with nose to the left, I think. Not nose to the right, because we're not going up, we're going down. I think the last time I got pushed out of Orlando, it basically just pushed me about halfway and then just got tired.
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Just say you will see aircraft, guys, because they're turned on for multiplayer. I just let come down and did a brief test on my sim. Got from Buttersmooth to Stutterfest. I just let it come down and did it. Yeah, if you're pushing back, Alex, you're going to glitch through me, but it is what it is, mate. I did a brief test. My sim's gone from buttery smooth to Stutterfest. Mate, I've known people to say in the past that their sim's been absolutely spot on performance-wise, and then the latest sim updates absolutely shattered performance. I don't know with me yet, to be honest with you. It seems to be very similar. Look at the 757 over there. Look at that. Alex, your 737's floating. You might have a different Orlando. I don't know if you've got like another Orlando. That was a better push than last time.
Please set parking brakes.
You've got it, mate. There's Alex pushing back there. Engine 2 startup. Again, engine startups, I know one of you guys will be able to let me know, but engine startups, can you generally start the second engine straight away after one's done, or do you have to wait? Did you wait usually for engine 1 to start up a bit more and then do engine 2, or? I've started leaving my ignition switch, the engine starter switch, to everything when everything's done, you know.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Now that doesn't look odd, does it? It's Human Centipede, the aviation edition. Altitude restrictions are not above MiGs, then above 7,000.
Pass the tapes around your waist and click together. Pull the
Oh no! Alex, I didn't know you were a bit of an ass kisser. Wait till the available is shown and then you can check. Ah, right, okay. Again, another little nice tip.
further information regarding your safety on board can be found in the in-flight magazine. We hope you have a great flight.
Right, we're also just. I'm going to put this back now to normal. And then we can get things started. We can put the taxi lights on. I think runway turn-off lights come on as well. These stay off until we've entered the runway, or is that the other way around? I don't know if the runway turn-off lights come on when you enter the runway and then get turned off, and then when you land they'll come off when you come back on when you're taxiing. APU is coming off now. There's my other cam. There we go. You can see the lovely wing control stuff just on top of the joystick here as well. APU bleed off now. Taxi lights are on. And we can start taxiing out. We can also get our notch of flaps down. The IAE engines don't need much persuading. Going to take a left turn here, then a right, and then we're going to go all the way down to the threshold of runway 35. A bit on the brakes a bit as well. Auto brakes need to be set. Good thing that Airbus has the lovely checklist as well. Takeoff config, normal, and the cabin's being checked. Again, I'm very liberal with my taxi speeds as well. I'm sure the aircrafts can go a lot faster. I mean, they can if you look at Ryanair. But I'm very, yeah, very delicate with me taxi speeds. I probably should go a bit faster, but I don't know sort of how fast you're supposed to go, to be honest. I personally, right now, just for the sake of Sim Update 5 talk, I can't see much difference in performance. That is just me personally. I don't think for me anyway, I haven't really seen much performance difference from Sim Update 4 and Sim Update 5 so far. Sim Update 4, not really. Sim Update 5, I don't think so. I mean, I'm taking it from being on the ground here at quite a big airport. Ground spoilers are set. Flaps are there. Again, we'll see what time it is once we get to Nassau. We'll see if there's a possibility of doing the return leg. We'll see how it goes, see how I'm feeling. Max speed at most airports is 25 knots. I mean, I don't know if I'm doing 25 knots. I'm not too sure. Again, I'm not too sure. There's Alex there, absolutely booking it down the runway there. Down the taxiway, rather. He's doing a Ryanair, look at him. He's going to get out first. It's a little race, Southwest are similar to Ryanair, yeah. they do taxi about 300 knots, they do. Look at them go. But yeah, massive thank you to Alex for actually coming in and doing a bit of flying with us. Actually, again, wasn't planned, but absolutely welcome in. I'm gonna let Alex go first. Ground speed. Thank you. Thank you. That makes sense. 25 knots, 27 knots. I'm also not centre of the taxiway, I realise that. So yeah, the plan is, guys, I know I shared a post from desktop cockpits. These guys obviously give people the opportunity to have the MIP, the front panel of the Airbus. At a really affordable price. I've done a post for the desktop cockpits in my YouTube channel, guys, so go and take a look. I am hoping to purchase one of them at some point because I really want one. There you go, there's Alex waiting to go. If you what? If your drone come down the runway a bit, I'll wheel it up through. Works best. The ASU says. I'm gonna have to just zoom in, mate, because my drone camera doesn't work on chase plane, unfortunately. So just you can go, mate. I'll zoom in. You'll still look good, but the yeah, you can go, mate. I'll just zoom in. I'll do a wing wave. Go on then. There he goes. So the latest flight control spotter program does have the ability to track AI aircrafts with the camera. So I'm going to try and do it once I've got it working. I'm going to try and do a live stream for that and do some virtual plane spotting again using flight control spotter. Oi. Here he goes. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And that is Southwest Airlines giving everyone a throwing up session on their plane. Have we done everything? I think we have, haven't we? You did a wing wave, yeah, you definitely did. I think most people are vomiting right now. Sick bags cost extra. They do, they probably do on Southwest. I'm still not used to doing any turn and burns, guys, so I appreciate I apologize that I'm just not. Bit of rudder there. There's 100 knots. Whoa. Bit windy. Are we gonna take off? V1? Oh. Oh, I think it's a bit windy. It is a bit, that's why. Positive rate, gear up. I don't think my wind's properly done, is it? Why is my... I don't know, Alex, if you're watching, mate, but there's that message there. Climb. Leave a climb there, but every time I do that, if I do that now, it'll tell me to send it back to MCT. Push forward on the stick and hold until 100 knots. Cheers, mate. Thank you. Yeah, put it into climb. Yeah, so when I put it into climb, it won't do it now because you've said that. See, I've put it into... Okay, it's fine now. It's not going to scream at me. Every time I do that, it flashes orange. Not that, because that's the... It's just the Bravo throttles. This is why I need... See, now it's saying go back to that. It's the... Guys, I'm having trouble with the Honeycomb Bravo throttles because they've got no detent on them. I can't... It's very hard to get the detent on the Airbus right. I'm not overspeeding what you're on about. Why didn't your descent and the calibration in the Mac do? No, it wasn't that. I know that. I know that's lever symmetrical. I know that means that they're out of level. Yeah, I know that. I know that. I think it's what you said. It's screaming for me to put it back into climb, but I'm putting it back into climb. But I'm not. It's not virtually going back into climb. It's a tiny bit off, so it's still telling me to put it back to MCT or climb. But it's because I'm not putting it into climb. It looks like it is, but it's not completely aligned. It's just a little bit of a learning curve with the Honeycomb Bravos. Yeah, it'll be a lot easier once I have the throttles for the Airbus. Lovely climb out of Florida, out of Orlando. Ah, it's still showing me that I'm going to fourth. I don't know if that's going to cause a problem. I don't think it is anyway, is it? But yeah, that's all it is. It's because it's not actually in climb. It looks like it is, but I'm not getting them right there, and then it wants me to put it into climb. And then it obviously doesn't scream at me again. It just flashes saying you had it in climb, or at least you were going to, but then you didn't. You've put it back up, and I still want you to be in climb. I've noticed is it because... Is it 10,000, the departure, the transition for the Q&H? It hasn't flashed to change yet. But initially, no, I can't really see much difference in performance. I'm all right in the sky. When I'm off the ground, performance has always been good for me. More recently on the ground, it's been terrible. It has been really terrible. So we are climbing to 33,000. USA transition altitude is 18,000 across the board. Nice to know, mate. Thank you so much. So for the ILS runway 14, we've got to be at 2,000. And our barrow is 240, I think. I'll stick that in just for now. This will probably change, so we won't do any more of that. Though if you're climbing, then just set it to whenever. Normally you'll just, when ATC gives you the flight level, yeah, exactly. I mean, I can put it to standard now, I'm guessing. What is our arrival? Again, this will change most likely, but it's 2990 at the minute. Is this Miami? Are we climbing out over Miami? Is this where we are? No, this is Melbourne. Miami's a lot more south, isn't it? Be right back, 5 minutes. DM me on Discord in case of emergency. Mate, you probably will get an emergency from me. I think everything is okay at the minute, folks. Yeah, things are set. Yeah. We are now just climbing to our cruise altitude, and hopefully I can get the plane down in one piece. I always notice that I've done about three or four practice flights into Nassau, and I noticed the first time. Sorry guys, if you wonder what I'm doing with my hands, it's nothing odd. It's just this bit of a stress ball type situation. I've got like a bit of like plasticine in me fingers, and I'm just doing that with it. It's a very, very normal thing. The couple of flights I've done into Nassau, I've noticed that I've been coming in too fast. Why are you coming fast? Yeah, I've been in on approach too fast into Nassau when I've tried it the last couple of times, so hopefully I can remedy that. I think if I don't see the aircraft managing the speed at all well as we come in, I can manually control the speed. But hopefully, like I say, I'm going to be able to install Flight Control Spotter from Flight Control Tools. I've been sent one of the newest builds, and hopefully I can get it working for you guys, because I'd really like to do another virtual plane spotting live stream using Flight Control Spotter when I can have a little go of it and get used to the controls, because like I say, it can track AI planes, which will be fantastic for the camera anyway, so we can lock onto different planes. But I'll have a little go, and hopefully we can get it working. I haven't had a reply yet from Fabio, so hopefully we can get that sorted for pretty soon. Maybe the first live stream of next week we can do a little bit of virtual plane spotting, but all the while taking a look at flight control spotter and seeing if just how well the AI tracking does, and that'd be quite cool if we can do that. There's loads of new features on it as well, so I have featured it on the channel before, but I'd like to have a go of it, get it working, figure it all out, and then get a live stream going to show you guys what it's like. Because if it does do the AI camera tracking any good, then it'll be a fantastic tool. More so for that kind of purpose, I think. Any kind of replays and videos that people want to make, I think it'll be a fantastic tool to make things simpler. Looks to be a bit windy as well up here, so this is exactly why I need another screen as well, or some screens. I can do it right now if I wanted to. I could potentially put the pop-out screens on my other monitor, but I'm not going to. Just because obviously doing some wing views with chase plane would be a lot easier, because then I'll be able to see if there's anything that needs to be sorted, any warnings going off, and I wouldn't need to be jumping back and forth to the cockpit to see. I also didn't start Rex Atmos as well. I should have really enabled that. Maybe we can do that now without any real... mind you, it might not work now because of Sim Update 5, might it? I'm not going to chance it. No, I've just thought I was going to do it then, but I was thinking, no. Don't know if there's any repercussions if it suddenly knocks everything out. So we won't do that. We won't do that today, unfortunately. But yeah, guys, I haven't got any type of schedule for live streaming, unfortunately. I'd love to be able to say that I'm going. We did at one time do live streams every Sunday at around this time, but it's very, very hard for me nowadays to actually stick to a certain day. It's really got to be a certain day, and those days change quite a lot. So for now, the best way is just to look out for social media posts, Discord posts. Social media posts, they will let you know when I'm going live. Sometimes I do a spontaneous sort of out of nowhere stream, but not that often. Sometimes I am sent things over to have a look at, and if I feel like it's something that needs to be looked at straight away, then yeah, there might be a case of I'll schedule a live stream on the same day and then do it that night. But yeah, I do want to have a look at Flight Control Spotter. I would like to have a look at that and see how the newest update improves things. Right now, again, if you're tuning in and if you're wondering about Sim Update 5, as I say, a couple of things. I know inside the aircraft menu, the configuration screen doesn't seem to... Where you click in to change your liveries and registration, for my mouse, it just doesn't work. Everything else works, but I have to press F on the keyboard to actually get into the livery menu. That's something. Not too keen on the new menus, so your graphic settings and anything that used to be a drop down menu within the settings screen is now a separate box that needs to be opened. In the grand scheme of things, it's not a massive thing, but I just don't like it. I can see other people not really liking it either. Look at the waters around here, absolutely amazing. Alex is pretty out in front there in the Southwest 737. Still climbing, quite slowly, may I add. I'm not too sure why. Can we stick that there? Get this climb a bit faster, hopefully. Yeah, it's because I wasn't in manage mode. This is gonna come back to bite me in the ass now. Hopefully the top of descent figures itself out. So we're going to be just after Seeger. Just after that, we'll be making our descent down. Hopefully that has managed itself now that it's in management mode. Don't know if there's a Fort Lauderdale scenery for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So I know there's quite a few flights that go from there domestically. Let's have a little look. I'll also stick the release notes for Sim Update 5 into the live chat for you lovely folk, so you can have a little read. There's too much to go through on the live stream, even though we are flying, but there's a lot in there you can have a little look at. I believe the aircraft and avionics update is due out on the 5th of May. There is a Fort Lauderdale, I think it's Latin VFR do one, which is vertical sim cancels there, Fort Lauderdale. That's Hollywood International, so I don't know if that's the same one. Vertical, yeah, they've cancelled. So I think the only one we've got is Latin VFR, which, you know, it's something, isn't it? You know, it's quite an old one. In fact, it's a very, very old scenery. This came out in 2021. Quite interesting though that it's on its own sort of man-made plinth, almost like its own little hilltop, isn't it? Well, sort of. It's got like a brick wall on one end of the airport with the tunnels going through it. I mean, their version doesn't look too bad. It's something, at least. It's better than whatever is default in the sim. There's a left turn. You can see all those lovely waters over there. Look at that. Love to see it. It's because I don't wear my headphones correctly. That's why I kind of have them hanging off my head. What made you decide to learn Airbus instead of Boeing? Or, honestly, I'm more of a Boeing man in real life. That said, obviously, some of my favorite planes, 747, you know, the Queen of the Skies, is up there with, you know, one of my all-time favorites. It is a interesting question though, mate, because when I first started simming properly with X-Plane 11, I was flying the Zebo 737-800, the Zebo mob, the Zebo mod, not mob. So it's quite interesting that I didn't continue with the 737 in Microsoft Flight Simulator, not even when PMDG brought theirs out originally for 2020. And then obviously in 2020 I just started off flying the smaller planes, the Pipers, going to the Just Flight Piper and flying a bit of the 172. And then I got used to just doing loads of the GA flying and, you know, taking in all the scenery that Microsoft Flight Sim offered, even in 2020. It's only been within the last couple of months, mate, that, as I say, both of the Alexes, I've asked them, you know, can you give me a few pointers? And the guys have been on Discord for hours with me and showed me everything as much as they can. And they always answer me if I need to sort of say, I've encountered this, any tips? But yeah, more of an Airbus person in real life. So I think it was just a sort of a natural thing. I don't know. Maybe just I have say Alex, who's flying with us now. He did try and sort of show me the iFly 737 more recently. And yet, to be very, very honest, I prefer the Airbus. But yeah, just a preference, really. It doesn't mean I'm not gonna potentially learn them. I tell you what, we're gonna be starting our. I hope the computer has figured out that I need a lot more time, because we haven't even reached the 33,000 yet. And that's my fault as well. So hopefully the computer has made changes to the top of descent. I hope. I hope that it does that on the fly, automatically, the Airbus. I'm assuming it does, because sometimes you need to be given clearance to different altitudes if you use an ATC. So hopefully it has. Back in terms of 350 dead easy when you learn the differences, only really FMC that's newer, but even that is familiar. Yeah, maybe in time the A350, I don't know. I learned quite a lot, to be very honest with you guys. I learned quite a lot when I was doing videos for the 757, so I learned quite a bit in there. I'm just, honestly guys, I'm just enjoying flying I'm enjoying flying an airliner. I think for me, just it doesn't matter if it's Airbus or Boeing at this time. I'm just enjoying being able to start off at a bigger airport, not an airfield or anything like that, and being able to do a route, and most of the time doing real world routes, especially with the fact that I'm using flight radar and using real routes that have happened or are gonna happen, and you know, just honestly, the ability to start the aircraft up from cold and dark, load it up with passengers, get it pushed back, start it up, taxi and take off, and actually use an autopilot, and, well, somewhat land into into an airport that I've set. I love that feeling that I can also fly to airports now that I've been to abroad. Obviously, I can do that with other planes, other general aviation stuff. That's not what I'm saying. It's the fact that I can now potentially do routes that I've done in real life as a passenger. So it's pretty fun. It's pretty, and like I said, I am a hypocrite. I am admitting that I said for months and years that no, I won't be doing any airline and flying. It's not for me. I love doing the GA and the bush stuff. It's very interesting, even some biz jets. But then, you know, once you start getting into it and you've got this longer range and bit more freedom, it becomes interesting. Long haul, I am kind of trying to say to myself, don't do long haul, but I'm also saying to myself, I want to push the limits of some of these narrow body aircraft. You know, Manchester Liverpool to Lanzarote, for example, stuff like that. 4 to 5 hour flights potentially. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. One of the great things with the flight sims is being able to do all sorts of different types of flying depending on tickets you fancy. Exactly, yeah. Admittedly, I am doing, it's all airline flying at the minute. I'm not even bothering with GA unless I have to. I love downloading liveries for these airliners and doing routes, picking out routes, going onto Flight Radar and actually looking at airports. Like, I was at Bilbao airport. I also have this thing where I really do have to have the proper looking airport. So if it's not really available as a third party airport or a default handcrafted default, then I don't really like flying out in the auto-gen ones because they look terrible. I was looking at Bilbao airport, so I was looking at Bilbao to Brussels with Brussels Airlines, and they've got some nice special liveries. Aer Lingus do Bilbao to Cork as well, which I thought was quite interesting. So, and then Cork handcrafted is actually quite nice in the sim. But yeah, hopefully Fabio from Flight Control Tools gets back to me, because I'd really like to do some of this virtual plane spotting. Get a long haul, go to bed, get up, realize something has gone wrong, fix it, and then have to game crash on final. Exactly. I think that's also another thing for me after spending so much time with the sim and realizing that it could just eventually crash after 4 hours after spending all that time, and then it crashes, and I'm just like, why ever bothered? Keeping it to 2 to 3 hours is nice. I'm dropping, mate. I'm gonna get down. Hopefully, as I say, hopefully the computer has made allowances for me me not getting up to 33,000 quick enough. I really hope it has. It seems to be doing quite a steep descent. So yeah, got some lovely skies and lovely clouds over Nassau as well. It'll have done it. Okay. While we're doing that, $299 0. 8 knots at 180. I won't put flaps config in, I don't think. I like to do some freight and charter, maybe pretend as private airliner and fly. Yeah, so stretch is a good thing, mate. I recently did one of those. I did like some Titan Airlines. There's a new UK charter airline called Titan. I love their livery. It's basic enough. It's a white fuselage, and then it's got like stars on it, and it's got like a black tail. It looks really nice. But the other night I did some like little charter runs. Funny that you mention freighter. That is one thing I would like to do now that I'm flying the airliners, but I don't think there's many using the smaller Airbuses. I think maybe there's a couple using the A321. I don't think we've got any freighters anyway that I could transition to quite easily. I don't think so. Maybe the A330 has got the freighter model in it. I think it has, but I'll be honest with you, the A330 again feels very, very familiar enough for me to do, and I have had a go at it, but we just need a better A330. The Build's default one is just, going from the Fenix to that is just knocks me sick. Yeah, Alex, I was just saying, mate, it does have the freighter models in the sim, which is fantastic, but the Build's A330 is just it's, yeah. I mean the A3 has the A340 got the freighter models? Have they got the freighter version? The Build's A340 is that? Surely they've put the freighter in there. A300 is a bit of a beast, not difficult. It's just a bastard child of a Boeing and Airbus. It's got a yoke, hasn't it? The A300. I'm pretty certain it has. Or am I getting that completely wrong? Did they update it? Was the A310 as a yoke? Has the A310 got a yoke? A300's got a... A310's got a side stick. I think. The headwind A330. It's a good point, mate. I might do that because it basically is using the model, isn't it? Maybe I could do that. That's a good point. The headwind A330 is the Neo though, isn't it? The headwind, I have had the headwind A330, but it's the Neo, isn't it? I might give it another go because it got nice updates, didn't it? Not far off you as well, Alexei. I'm right pretty much behind you, mate. You're sticking to 17,000 though, can I see you? Is it alt 2 for... There he is. A310 is a short A300. A300 says the same, all in purpose. Fuselage A300 too, but yeah, they're just weird. Might have a look at the A330 again, but I'd like to do some freight. Freighter sounds like a good little option, to be honest. Look at that. Again, I've asked this question quite a lot, and Alex will probably hate me for this, but approach lights, kind of your landing lights, when do they come out? Is it 10,000 feet or is it pilot discretion? I don't know if there's a particular moment of flight where you... I'll get people back in the seat now though. Anytime, 10,000 officially, but can be whenever. Some airlines do it on approach or when clear to land. Sound, mate. It is already given us a change in QNH, so QNH should be 2990, which it is. Perfect. I like making up a story to justify flying airliners anywhere. Bought the MD-11, then had it to fly Brazil to pick up and then fly it back to East Midlands. Nice. East Midlands are still one of my favourite airport sceneries though. I can't wait now, as you can imagine now, I can't wait for two things. Pyregi's Palma airport, going to be great. There's going to be there's UK airports, EasyJet route's going to be fantastic, and also the Fenix A320neo, of course. A320neo by these guys is going to be absolutely fantastic. But yeah, now that you're saying cargo, I really didn't think. I didn't think about cargo routes, and now I am. Now I am. But I think I'll just stick to doing maybe UK mainland to Belfast, maybe. I don't know. We're going to be making a right turn at waypoint Hank X, which sounds amazing. And then we're going to be hitting waypoint Melon, which is even better. I'll get slowed down early to get land head. Yeah, I've noticed that I don't know if this is it's just this particular route. East Midlands to Ostend is a short one in the flight. Yeah, that might be a good one. Some of the ships from vessels there. See from global vessels. Yeah, I have noticed on the last, every time I try and do this route, the speed just doesn't come down for some reason. I'll do it to 230 initially. Hopefully it can bring that speed down. It's gonna stop descent though, that's the problem. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna put it back to Oh, why is it speeding up? Why are you speeding up? I'm gonna put some spoilers out to slow myself down. Does seem to be taking the aircraft down to a slower speed, and now that I say that. Right turn at Melon waypoint. Just over in front of us there is our destination, Nassau. You still down ILS 14? I am, mate, yeah. I think I'm okay with this. I think it's, from what I remember, it's this green dot. If this green dot is in my altitude tape in the right correction in the center here, that means that it's a good alignment as such. I think that's correct. I hope. But yeah, no cargo routes. That's a good call. I haven't thought about that now. But as I say, the A330 in the sim it doesn't cut it for me. It just, every time I've heard in the past that the A330 needs a better version, now I understand. Although this, the little dot's fading away now. Now that I'm saying that. Oh no. You need to hurry up and get down. But yeah, every time I've heard someone say like, "Oh, the A330, the default one really needs an update, or we need a better A330," now I understand, because like I say, you know, I did mess about with some of the bigger fellas, the bigger Airbuses, after getting fairly used to the 18 and the 19 and 20. I even had to go with the Beluga the other day. Managed the full flight. I did the full flight. I landed it. It's all right. Slipped away here a bit with the altitude, unfortunately. I'm not too sure what's happened there. It's gonna have to start picking up its pace, because we're gonna be turning in a minute. Oh no 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 no. There he goes. He's gonna drop even further now. God, you really did put the brakes on there, Alex. Alex, I prefer the A319 if I'm going to be totally honest, but you know, when you start doing some more interesting routes and over in the States and stuff like that, some of the A320, well, you know, most of them use the A319 anyway. There's our little green dot making its way back again, so we're not looking too bad. But yeah, I've noticed most of the time, most of the A320 routes, they do send A319s on them as well. Quite interesting to see them, the A319, do some of the routes that I've seen. It's a capable little Airbus. My speed has gone right up again. It needs to come down. It really does. Uh, 139. See, it's not putting me speed down. That's the problem. Like, it will not drop my speed. There's the glide slope there. It's trying to level itself out. See, I'm gonna have trouble here. I'm gonna be landing so fast. This route, this particular routing, and every time I try and do it, it always has me in so fast. and it won't lower the speed down. It It's not dropping me speed. Why? Far too fast. More so I haven't put my gear down either. I'm gonna go around. I'm far too fast.
Too low terrain. Too low terrain. Too low terrain.
Yeah, I tried to put the speed dial into manual. It's always this route. I've never had that issue any other place. Tell a lie, I think Jersey I had that route. Defo in approach phase in... I'm not too sure, mate, to be honest with you. Now I'm gonna have to figure out how to get back around again. I'll put it up to... I'll make a left turn round again. Just click auto stick in the let it still you about. Fly it like a GA. Yeah, I'm not too bad at this. Right, okay. Let's try this again. I think I need to put thingy back in, don't I? I need to put... Do I need to do... Yeah, I mean, this is a thing, guys. Maybe this wasn't the best one to live stream in all honesty, but it keeps me on my toes. Every time I've done this route, it always does this. It always decides to... Why are you sending me that way? Always has the speed far too high. I was coming round the other way, mate. I went to the left instead, Alex. I don't know why. Maybe I don't know if there's a thing. Do you always have to go to the right? I guess you do, don't you? Do you always have to go to go? don't know if there's a rule that you always have to go that way. Circuits are left hand normally, because captain sits on the left. Okay. It's a bit windy as well, but at least we're getting a nice little look at Nassau and the water from here as well. Just giving myself enough time to get around. Yeah, I always have trouble with the landing speed on this approach. Maybe I should have done 3.2. Maybe I should have done 3.2 instead. I'll have a little practice and see if I can do 3.2. But yeah, next time we do a full flight, I'll be doing something else. I might even do a longer one, to be honest, a longer full flight. Alex, I think that left turn would be far too thingy. If I had turn left now, heading 3.2 potentially. Oh no, you are right. No, if I do that, that'll send me parallel to the runway, shouldn't it? That even. It'll be a tight turn, but it should take me parallel to the runway. Yeah, we're on like we're running parallel to the runway now. If I just do direct to money, direct to money in a minute, should be fine. He says. Not too sure. Any ideas, guys? Why it always, as I say, every time I've done that flight, always down onto runway 14. Sometimes I can get the. I've never had to go around, put it that way, but I do usually land fast. Not the correct landing speed. I just don't know why it doesn't slow down. I don't understand. Oh, it is always this one. Yeah, there is always something rewarding about it. A good landing for sure. Yeah, definitely. Also, Fabio has messaged me. So yeah, definitely look out for that, guys. Going to give Flight Control Spotter one of the newest builds a bit of a test run, do some virtual plane spotting using either just flight traffic or beyond ATC's traffic. And see what we can do with it, and if the camera tracks the AI. See if we can do some actual camera tracking with the software on the AI aircraft, which will be quite cool. So yeah, definitely keep a lookout for that live stream. It'll be next week now, most likely. Just carrying too much speed on descent. You'd be ahead of your aircraft thing. I'll come with your time. Just need to back to speed off early, like I'd have normally manually had down to 200. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's still my learning phase, mate. It's still getting used to these aircraft. Still getting used to flying them. Yeah, mate. I mean, little things get me still. I still forget to put the beacon light on in the correct position and stuff. So. I'll be heading back around now anyway. I'm late now. So we're making a left turn in a second. I'll be putting the heading to 210, which should be a 90-degree turn. We're on 200 now, so we'll be able to put a notch of flaps down after we've made this turn. Not 210, 230. Yeah, I can put direct 2 now. I'm going to put some flaps down. And then just get it slowed down as much as I can now to a safe point. Actually might make another turn, to be honest, just to give me more approach room. 320, back to 320. I'm literally near you, mate. There you are. Hey! I don't know why my TCAS isn't. Have I not got it on? I'm pretty sure I have. Let's make the turn back to 230, and then we'll tell the aircraft to go direct to the waypoint. I know, I had a look at your Volante. You were holding like a pro. Really cool. I'm assuming when you're holding, you're just doing it manually, or can you actually put the Airbus? Can you put the Airbus and the Boeing into their own hold pattern, automated hold, or is it? Do you need to do heading mode? Because they always look very, very neat, the holding patterns. Or do the pilots actually hand fly them? Right, folks, let's try and get this down now. Not holding, just heading mode, doing orbits and stuff. Okay. Oh, you can program a hold. Okay. See, I still need to learn loads. We're good with speed now. I'm going to put another notch of flaps down. I'm also going to get down to 2,000 as well. Because we need to be at 2,000. I had my lights on all this time, but it is what it is. Just added a bit more flight time on because the pilot didn't know how to land. My Valanta track looks funny. It looks like a... I don't know. There we go, flight control spotter is in there. I'm going to give that a go tonight, I think. Approach is now on. The aircraft is making its turn like it should be doing onto final. You can see the airport just over there. I'm gonna have a starburst on approach because we would have landed a long time ago. Nice to go around and see the island though, wasn't it? Give you guys a little bit of a tour. Gonna put the gear down now. It does send 10 nautical miles. We haven't had a... There we go. Glide slope has been caught. And that is the Put another set of flaps out in a second. I have been working on taking control of the aircraft a lot sooner as well. That's been fine. It's actually just been my touchdowns that have been terrible. We also have got a lovely little 3 knot, 4 knot crosswind coming from the right. Glide slope has been captured as well, so we are now being brought down by the ILS. There's the last notch of flaps. You say, Alex, you say that like... You say that like I'm gonna actually do that.
1,000.
Right, my control of the aircraft. Let's see what happens, eh? Lovely clear waters there.
500.
Taking me off there to the right, the left. Don't know why it is. Oh.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 10.
Oh, a bit of a crab there. I don't know why it was like crabbing me over to that way when there was no wind coming from that way. Oh no, it was good tips, mate. Thank you so much. That was good tips. I'm getting better at keeping it on the magenta diamonds. I'm getting really good at keeping them on the diamonds after taking control. Definitely. It's the landing for me. The plane always just it feels like there's a massive crosswind when there isn't. Welcome to the Bahamas, folks. We had a bit of a detour on the way. Cheers, Andrew, mate. Thank you. It was one of my better landings, definitely. Volanta doesn't seem to think so, though. Yeah, I can keep it on the glide slope. I'm getting better at that. I really am. It's just the landing. I'm embarrassed the one that I did yesterday at T-side. I got the FlyX T-side scenery, which is quite nice. The Jersey one's really nice as well, but the landing was just incredibly bad. It was made worse the fact that me Bravo throttles didn't want to go into reverse thrust for some reason. I'm not too sure why it did that. But yeah, every time I get down to the bottom, just maybe it is the wind, I don't know, but when I'm looking at my actual wind direction, it doesn't seem to say there's any crosswind or anything. It just seems, the aircraft just goes completely off on its own way. I don't know why. There's Alex over there anyway, I think. Slow down so we can see him. Can't see your landing gear, mate, for some reason. Have you got your landing gear out? Missed your landing as well. It wouldn't have made a difference because I can't see your landing gear. There's a little 737 parked in the spot next to me, mate. I think I'm on C45. And this is another thing I need to improve on me parking. I cannot park at all. Yeah, I still need to improve on this. I'm really terrible at keeping the I've probably parked too far. We'll see. Well, it wasn't too bad, folks, was it? It wasn't bad. Let me see what time we're on. Yeah, that takes us to the end of the live stream. We're not doing the return leg now. Plus, there's a couple of things I need to check as well. GSX will tell me that I've probably parked terribly. Volanta gave me a lovely landing rate of -300. I don't believe that, but we'll let them. Bear with me in the game 2 seconds, gonna grab some photos. Nice, okay. So this scenery is actually from Sierra Sim. It's quite an old scenery now. I think you can tell it's quite old in terms of quality. Cheers, mate. I appreciate it. As I say, I do want to do more full flight streams, but the fact that I haven't done any more community flights, they have kind of dropped off. We did quite a few of those, sort of over the weeks, didn't we? But yeah, I do want to do more full flight streams. Definitely. But we need to do some more community flights. I need to do some more airport reviews. This is again, this is the Nassau Airport, Lynden Pindling International. It's from Sierra Sim. It is linked in the description below. It's from Sim Market, who passed it on to me. What I'll do is I'll end the live stream just by showing you a tiny bit of the airport. Just need to disable chase plane just so I can get into the drone camera. Did I put the... yeah.
Boarding requested.
Oh, what's this? Add-on in the camera. Disable enable feature. What is that? Don't know what that's all about. Oh. My drone camera ain't working. Fantastic. Seriously? Oh no. Has Sim Update 5 completely taken the drone camera out? I can't do it with chase plane, that's the thing. See, I can't move it with chase plane.
Passengers deboarding started.
So jumpy. Terrible. I mean, I can't see any performance boost or anything that oh well, I'm gutted because I don't know if I'm gonna have to set all this up again. Is it something to do with this? No, it's not working. Oh well, that's great, isn't it? It does nuke it, but when you disable chase plane, it works. Apparently something to do with Sim Update has messed things up completely with the drone camera, so none of my controllers work now. I don't even think the mouse is working on it. So you have a look. I can use I can use my mouse and my controller for external movement, but showcase, I can't do anything. That is terrible. Sim update breaking stuff. I know. I mean, I can't show you around the airport now, folks, because, as I say, something has messed up the drone, specifically the drone camera, nothing else. I don't know what add-on's all about. I don't know what that is that thing's all about. So there's still movement in the drone camera here, but I just can't go anywhere with it. I had the drone cam work earlier. Oh, there you go. You can do it that way, but the speed is terrible. I had the drone camera working earlier. Sim update came out at about 5 or 6 o'clock, Kevin. I'm not too sure whether it's because chase plane and everything weren't working. I mean, everything weren't updated. But I can move it by holding 2 buttons down. I just can't go any faster. And as I say, if you disable chase plane, your drone camera works as it normally does. It's just the drone camera's not working at all. Also as well, if you look, pilot has messed up as well. Actual cockpit is messed up. So I can't even go back into the plane anymore. I mean, this is a bit faster. Lovely livery though. I just won't be able to show you around the airport. No, we won't. But as you can see, something has messed chase plane up. Can we disable it? Can we actually get back into the plane? Yeah, so disabling chase plane. So I think chase plane isn't working just yet properly. But also as well, the drone camera just anyway isn't working. At all. Which is great. So yeah, right. Chase plane usually doesn't work straight after sim update. Usually has an update. It did have an update though. That's the thing. It had an update at about 20 to 7, at about an hour after, an hour after sim update 5 came out. I got an email through. Chase plane has been updated 30th of the 4th, 2026 to 2026.18.4.13. This update is required to use chase plane with sim update 5. And I downloaded the new one installer and installed it before this live stream. So there is still some things. As you can see, the cockpit was still working. We were in the cockpit flying with chase plane enabled. What I am concerned about though is the fact that we don't have any drone controls for some reason. But apparently we do still have. It's all mapped. So you can see all the drone things still mapped to my controller, but they're not working. Even with chase plane not enabled. Oh, hang on. No. That's very, very poor performance. I mean, I think just every system's different, but for me, that is just not any different. Hang on, drone speed is down. Still not working though. No, interesting. Interesting. Anyway, guys, listen, thank you so much for coming in. Thanks, Alex, for being alongside us in the Southwest 737, the iFly, the 737 MAX 8. You can just see it glitched and through there over to the left. Thank you, everyone, for the patience while I sort of continue to learn this this fantastic plane. I'm so happy that I'm able to now use the Fenix aircraft. I'll continue to practice. I'm gonna have a little go. I'm gonna have, now that you guys have mentioned, like, you know, freight and cargo stuff, I might have a little look at the A330 a bit more. I have had a look. It's not the best. I'm not, compared to the Fenix. It's just, yeah, it's not amazing. But I'll have a look at that. I am gonna be live again very soon. I'm gonna be taking a look at flight control tools, flight control spotter, not replay, but flight control spotter. That was introduced like last year at Flight Sim Expo, but it has been updated. This update that I'm going to have a look at is apparently, it's going to be out next week, but it does allow you to, well, it's supposed to be able to save drone camera positions, which, listen, if drone cameras not working, well, at least hopefully a restart of the sim makes it work again, and maybe chase plane has just messed things up a tiny bit. So hopefully the drone camera still works after a restart, and I can show you flight control spotter on the next live stream, which, if it's not this Sunday, folks, it'll be next week. So it'll be, you know, the first week of May, because I really want to check out the fact that it can supposedly track AI traffic, and according to Fabio, not just the sim AI traffic, it's supposed to be able to do other add-on AI traffic. How about the A330 REF livery? It's a very, very good call, mate. Yeah, I might do. I do like that one. The white one, the government one, is nice. The tanker ones are quite cool, but obviously the tanker ones is technically a whole different plane. But yeah, the white RAF government one is very, very nice. The government A330, very nice. Anyway, guys, listen, I'm gonna go, and like I always do, I'm gonna probably go and grab a cup of tea. And yeah, keep an eye out. I'll be live again really, really soon, with, as I say, with some virtual plane spotting, but we're gonna have a look at flight control spotter while we do that. I'm gonna go, guys. I'm gonna actually close the sim down and see if I can get things working. I'll see you again soon.